This is project number 3, Diversity Curriculum Outline for EFD 645 with Dr. Warfield.
My name is Evan Hostetler. I teach grades 9 through 12 in the Special Education Department at Cedartown High School.
I'm Amy Smith. I teach 6th grade English Language Arts and History at Fort Payne Middle School.
Hello, my name is Rashawn Edwards. I teach at Gaston City High School and I teach health for grades 9 through 12.
My name is Ashley Lee. I'm the principal at Bridgeport Elementary School in Bridgeport, Alabama. This is the agenda that all teachers will have in front of them, or will have printout copies. It just goes over the objective, which is to further educate teachers and educators about gender equality and sexual orientation in schools. It goes over our schedule and our 2 activities, and it also goes over our session feedback that we'll do at the end. For our first activity, we have our pre-session assessment. I'll just kind of show you a brief overview of what that looks like. It's just a Google form that asks you a few questions on a scale of 1 to 5. How well do you feel your school addresses gender inequalities on a daily basis? Do you have gender neutral restrooms at your school? Do you feel like you show gender bias unintentionally in your classroom? And then briefly describe what problems or biases a teacher could allow in their classroom. And again, that is just to kind of get a feedback response from all participants. I'm sorry, Ray, we can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. To open up our PD, we want to talk about gender and sexual orientation. We wanted to make sure everybody understood the difference between them. Gender equality, it refers to men and women's equality in terms of rights, responsibility, and opportunity. Equality does not imply that a man or woman will become the same, but rather the men and women rights, responsibilities, and opportunities will not be determined by whether they are born male or female. Gender equality entails taking into account both men and women's interests, their needs, their priorities, while acknowledging the diversity of different groups of women and men. It also, gender equality also means that when female is not just a female issue, but it also should concern both engaging male and female. For sexual orientation, this refers to how someone is attracted to someone, who they want to be in a relationship, whether it's them being gay, lesbian, straight, bisexual, or asexual, or any other sexual orientation. People who are attracted to different gender, for an example, men who are attracted to men are frequently known as heterosexual or straight. People who are attracted to people of the same gender are often referred to as gay or homosexual. Lesbian is a term that gay women may prefer to be used. People who are attracted to both men and women are often referred to as bisexual. People who have no sexual attraction to anyone are often labeled as asexual.
Okay. Educators as role models in the classroom. We should educate our students about gender stereotypes and how they can be broken. Students, especially younger students, often learn by reproducing what they see in the classroom. As a teacher, we should be aware of our assumptions about gender and try to correct any biases that we notice in the classroom. Secondly, don't connect gender to ability or personality trait. We often should inspire our students to believe in their potential to achieve their dreams, regardless of their gender identity. In addition, we should also use language in a class that is inclusive of transgender students, such as using name and pronoun that the student goes by, even if it's different from their school records. Thirdly, we should include gender equality in our classroom Sometimes many of our textbooks are challenging when it comes to gender. Often they don't include many notable female figures, which are try to supplement both men and women who challenge their society's ideas about gender and change their communities in meaningful ways when we can into our standards. Lastly, teach students to be aware of their personal biases. One of the best ways to confront gender discrimination in classrooms by simply making our students be aware of it. Tell your students that many people hold these biases, and it does not mean that they're bad people. So sometimes students may have a bias. We need to confront the bias and correct it. It does not mean the student is a bad person. They may not be able to express their concerns or ideas.
All right, integrating gender equality in your classroom. Some ways that we can do that: be aware of misconceptions. Studies show that boys receive more attention in the classroom than girls do. We should also use gender neutral language when appropriate. Seat and group students intentionally. And lastly, when using project-based learning, mix genders within the group so that students must interact academically with the opposite orientation or gender.
And then we can also stop connecting gender to personality traits or ability levels. So according to studies, between the ages of 8 and 14, girls' confidence level can drop as low as 30%. So as educators, we need to kind of step in and kind of help fix this. We need to start early and prevent any biases in all of our students. So a thing that we found when we researched was the campaign for I saw it as a commercial for the Super Bowl in 2015. It was called Like a Girl campaign, and we would like to show that to you.
Hi, Erin. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Over here. Show me what it looks like to fight like a girl. Now throw like a girl.
Aw,
So do you think you just insulted your sister?
no. I mean, yeah, insulted girls, but not my sister.
My name is Dakota, and I'm 10 years old.
Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Throw like a girl. Fight like a girl. What does it mean to you when I say run like a girl?
It means run fast as you can.
Hi, Erin.
I'm sorry.
Show me what.
There we go.
All right, for our activity, this can be done in multiple ways. You could break the participants up into groups, small groups, or you could assign all of the images to each person and then discuss them. So for this activity, we're going to be looking at different images and the stereotypes that they portray, the gender stereotypes that they portray. So when looking at all of these images, we would look at the specific stereotype that is being portrayed in the image. And then we would look at what potentially harmful precedent could be set by, keeping up with these stereotypes and continuing to allow these to happen. And we can also look at how we as educators can help eliminate these stereotypes.
To gauge our PD session, we develop a evaluation, a rubric form to pass out to our participants. Is graded on a scale from 1 to 4, with 1 being poor and 4 being the highest you can receive as excellent. And we also, at the end of that rubric, we ask them to give any suggestions on how we can make the PD session more useful or more helpful and provide more content for the next PD forum.
And these are our resources that we used.